award-winning commentary, or what should be award-winning. And here's Josh Knight with the final road game of the year. This will be his final special analysis.
Yeah, the final visiting game and my final game as a senior. That's why I'm here, folks, cheering on my team. The fall's any good, Jeff?
I don't think so, but I'm not sure.
I think when you start coming on for tournament time, our first game would be next Wednesday against Stowe. I don't exactly know how they do the selections, but I think we got screwed.
Well, we have beaten Stowe.
Yeah, but they're a good team, and I mean, Hudson has to play green. I mean, why do they get to play green and we have to play a better team, and we're a better team than Hudson, you know?
I don't know.
I don't either. I'll be back.
All right. Well, more from Josh Knight throughout the course of this game. Now, seems to be congregating at center, shaking hands, the captains, the referees. It's all a big party, happy party down there, Chris.
As Jeff mentioned, we don't know much about Cuyahoga Falls. I don't even know any of their players. But I'll tell you about some of the players to watch for the Grizzlies. As always, will be big guys Zach Amon and Chad Dean. And, well, Diener's been coming on strong lately, on the road especially. He's three-time recipient of the DHNO Player of the Game Award in the last two. So we'll see if Diener comes through with another big game tonight.
Yes, that is a record, although this is our first year of DHNO, but no other player on the team has received more than one. Diener has 3.
Yes, congratulations, Chad Dean. Grizzlies coming off a victory at home against Copley last Friday night, and that was a pretty close game. 54-51 was the final on that. And the Grizzlies were able to secure their Suburban League championship with that victory.
Yes, and that makes it 9 out of the last 12 that the Grizzlies have won Suburban League titles. So only 3 times in the past 12 years have the Grizzlies not secured the Suburban League championship. Well, it looks like we're just under 10 seconds from the start of this game. We'll be coming at you with the starting lineups and more.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Cuyahoga Falls High School. Tonight's non-conference Saturday 6-foot.
All right, here we go. Starting lineups for the Grizzlies. Illustrious outside threat Josh Kramer. Defensive specialist David Eddy.
Junior number 30, Brian Roach.
The Grizzlies slasher Brian Roach.
6'4" junior number 52, Jake Williams.
Big man Jake Williams.
6'8", junior number 54, Chad.
And a powerful Chad Gungadine.
Coach of the Grizzlies is John Martin.
Grizzlies, as always, coached by John Martin, assisted by Scott Callahan, Dennis Berowitz, and Jim McMillan.
Senior number 10, Ricky Hitchens.
And Falls will be starting number 10, Ricky Hitchens.
Number 20, Steve Newland.
Steve Newland, number 20.
Authority 6'8", senior number 25, Scott Sequin.
At forward, number 25, Scott Seguin.
6'3", senior number 31, John Mundorf.
At forward, number 31, John Mundorf.
6'3", junior number 33, Jerry.
And at center, 6'3", junior number 33, Jerry Stenger.
Will everyone now please rise and remove your hats as we honor.
We're going to take a break now for the national anthem. We'll be right back. All right, we're back and we're ready to start the game. They've cleared the a cappella choir off the floor, and Grizzlies are ready to take on Stowe, a Metro League powerhouse in boys tennis.
The Falls players come out with sporting the black armband or whatever it is on their uniform there. I don't know what that's all about, but maybe somebody died or something.
Well, in that case, we'll take a moment of silence. All right, we're ready to get underway. Williams has it off the tip, and now it's Roach up top. The Grizzlies were defeated their last time at Stowe 2 years ago. Falls. Sorry, Metro League, you know. Here's Kramer, fakes the three, gets it to Eddie for three. He's got it. Eddie seems to have taken to his new role as a starter.
Yes, indeed he has. He's played very well since being inserted in the starting lineup there by Coach Martin.
Here's Falls with it now. It's number 10, Ricky Hitchens. Gets to 31, John Mundorf. Back to Hitchens. Showed three, but didn't take it. But there's a three-pointer for number 20, Steve Newland. Roach tries to throw it inside to Williams, but it bounds out of bounds. Nobody caught onto that pass, and that'll be Cuyahoga Falls basketball. So there we go. I'm already into this game. I've stopped calling them Stowe. Center, Jerry Stenger passes to Ricky Hitchens. Hitchens hands off to Scott Seguin. Now it's Hitchens again. He's looking for a pass on the wing. Can't find anybody. Gets it away to Steve Newland up top. Gets it back to Hitchens. Back to Newland. Falls working it around, looking for a good shot. And that one is destroyed by Dean. That was a huge block for Diener. Mundorf barely got off the ground. Dean didn't even leave his feet. So here's Roach. To Kramer in the corner, no. Some picked up. Here's Newland. His shot off the front of the rim, no good. That'll be a foul on the Grizzlies.
Although the Grizzlies failed to get the rebound that time, they should be able to have a huge advantage on the glass tonight, as indicated by the Falls starting lineup. They don't seem to have very much height on their team, as their center stands just 6'3", compared to 6'8" for Wadsworth.
So here's number 25, Scott Seguin. Gives it away, gets it back, and gets it blocked by Dean. So Diener already with 2 blocks here in the first period. Here's Roach up top, finds Kramer. Works it back to Roach. Gets it off to Eddie. Eddie shows baseline, pulls up, no good. Dean had the rebound and lost it out of bounds. So Seguin will inbound. Gets to Newland. Now it's Hughes, or Mundorf. He's got it. Hitchens threw a nice pass to Mundorf, and Mundorf does a little split there on the steal. Just avoided stepping out of bounds. That was a close one. Here's Seguin on the wing. Now it's Newland with it up top. Hitchens back to Newland. Passes baseline to Mundorf. And we're going back the other way. Grizzly ball. That a push on Jerry Stenger. Here's Roach. Now Kramer with it. Back to Roach on the wing. Roach drives baseline, no good. Rebound, Dean, he puts it up and in. Nice pass by Roach. Hitchens having a little trouble with his footing. Actually, most of the Falls players seem to be slipping out there a little bit. Hitchens gets it back, fires a Seguin on the wing. And here's Newland for 3. He's got it again. He's got 2 threes on the night, and Falls is up 8-5. Here's Roach. Finds Kramer for three. No. Rebound. Williams, he puts it up and in. So, just like you said, Chris, the Grizzlies all over the glass on the offensive boards. Couple putbacks for Inman and Williams. Grizzlies down just one here in the first. And Newland drives on the Grizzlies' big man. Oh, Newland scores, and the Grizzly pass is out of bounds to Williams. That's one of the things we've been seeing from the Grizzlies has caused them a little bit of trouble this year, Chris, is trying to make those impossible passes, getting it down to the big man, especially Jake.
Yeah, that's really been costly in the last few games, or especially in their losses, trying to make those passes. So hopefully they can avoid doing that and come out with a victory tonight.
Number 24, Steve Moore, checks into the game for Falls. And number 42, Art Smith. Also, number 15, Mike Miller, Falls with a host of new players. There's a rebound, 3 or 4 for Falls, and still they fail to put the ball into the basket. So missing the fundamental principles of this game is Cuyahoga Falls nearly going. Here's Eddie on the wing. He fires up a long 3, no good. Gets it back, tries to tip it to Williams, but it's picked up by Falls, number 31, Mundorf. Here's Mike Miller. He's trapped, gets to Mundorf. To Smith. On the wing, shot no good. And that shot is also blocked. There's another shot that's no good. Here's Roach. Drive into the hole, and he's called for a charge. So both teams' offenses are faltering here in the early going, because Falls has failed to make any of their last 7 or 8 shots.
Yes, on the last 2 possessions, they've had numerous chances from about 2 feet away and have failed to convert on all of them.
You can bet they'll be doing some rebounding drills in practice tomorrow. Here's Mundorf. Gets to Newland. Newland spins, dishes off to Mike Miller. He drives in and puts up a shot from his knees. That's no good. Oh, but Steve Moore gets a rebound and a putback. Here's Mosier for the Grizzlies. Mike Mosier checked back in the game. This his second game back after the torn ACL, or what was believed to be the torn ACL. I don't know, but it was a quick recovery for Mosier. We're glad to see him back. He played on Friday against Copley sparingly, and now he's back here against Falls. So it's good to see Mike Mosier back in the lineup for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, he got hurt in the Stowe game, so hopefully history doesn't repeat itself here as the Grizzlies are playing a Western Reserve Conference opponent. So keep your fingers crossed for Mosier in this game.
Here's Miller to Moore. Gets to number 5, Josh Lancey. There's a shot by number 34, or not number 24, Steve Moore. It's no good. Rebounded by the Grizzlies. Here's Mosier inside to Inman. Kicks it out to Kramer. Finds Mosier. Back to Inman. Inman spins. The baseline shot is good. So here comes Josh Lancey bringing the ball up the court here for Cuyahoga Falls. Less than 30 seconds left in the first quarter here. Here's Moore. He dishes off to Art Smith. Spins. Gets it to Moore. The shot no good. Rebound by Lancey. He's not going to put that one back up. He'll take it up top and set up the offense. Here's Mike Miller. Miller picks up his dribble. Dishes off to Moore. Moore gets to the wing to Mundorf. His shot is no good, so Falls wasted just a little too much time there and couldn't get off that last second shot. They'll take a 12-9 lead here into the second period of play.
Leading scorers after one quarter are for Falls. Steve Newland off to a roaring start. So as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted there, Steve Newland was off to a roaring start for Falls with 8 points. Steve Moore and John Mundorf each have 2. For the Grizzlies, Dave Eddy leads with 3, and then Inman, Williams, and Dean each have 2. Okay, we're back to second quarter action now. Well, not really back to it. It's the first time we've seen it. So we're to second quarter action now. And Josh Lancey has it to Seguin, to Stenger. Miller has it to Stenger. He'll pull up and pass out to Seguin. To Lancey. And he drives in but pulls up and hits it out to Art Smith, who misses his foul line jumper there. Seguin has it, and he's stopped on the baseline, and he'll reset to Miller, to Stenger. Lancey to Smith inside. Nice up and under move a la Kevin McHale there, but couldn't get it to fall. So again, Falls fails to convert from the inside. Mosier fires a pass into Dean, but Dean was unable to handle it, and Falls will get it. Stenger has it, drives in, and misses. So the trend continues. Falls apparently skipped the layup drills in the early going of this game, in the warm-ups. Roach comes back replacing Mosier for Wadsworth. Seguin inbounds to Lancey, and he's sort of bringing it up slowly. Finally, he gets it across to Mike Miller. To Seguin. To Stenger. To Lancey. To Art Smith. He finds Stenger. And he's working on Dean inside, and surprisingly, an inside shot for Falls is no good. Wow. Kramer has it for Wadsworth, and he drives up court and gets it knocked away, and as he attempted to save it, he was out of bounds.
These offensive mistakes here for the Grizzlies are costing them a golden opportunity to get back in this game. Falls hasn't scored in nearly 5 minutes, and the Grizzlies are just making too many mistakes on offense to be able to come back right here. They could be leading this game by quite a bit.
Yes, Falls in quite a drought from the floor, as they've missed at least 5 shots in a row, I'd say. Dean has it inside for Wadsworth. And Stenger is called for the foul as Dean went up. The student section there for Cuyahoga Falls didn't quite agree with that call, but the ref felt it was a foul, and he's the guy whose opinion matters. So Dean will be at the line for 2 shots.
At the line for the Grizzlies, number 54, Chad Dean. Coming into the Grizzlies, number 22, David Eddy.
Dean short on the first foul shot. Usually a pretty good foul shooter this year, so we'll see if he comes back and makes the second one. Dean's shot is up and good. So that will cut it to a 12-10 game. Grizzlies still trail by 2.
Well, finally, a team scores here in the second period.
I don't know what that was by number 31, John Mundorf there, but he dribbled right off his foot. Grizzlies got it. And Brian Roach took it down and scored. So that'll tie it up. So the Grizzlies with a deluge of points here in the second quarter of 3. Whoa! Art Smith comes through for the Black Tigers there with an inside layup. One of the first ones they've made all night in about 25 chances. Eddy has it to Roach to Schmelzer. Long cross court to Eddy. He passes to Inman. to Dean. In the paint, his shot is up and no good. Inman fights for the rebound, got it, and was hammered on his shot attempt. That's going to be a foul every time.
Well, the Grizzlies doing a good job inside, getting the rebound and drawing the foul, and as their attempt to go back up, Falls doesn't have the size to combat those shots, so they just got to put body on him, and that's a foul.
Yes, despite the Cuyahoga Falls lack of height, they've been able to get several good looks from the inside, but have not been able to hit in most of them, as they've only hit a couple layups and missed about 10. Inman hits his first foul shot, and the second one is also good. That'll tie it up at 14. Ryan Petrosky got the ball there and it passed it to Miller. To Newland, who's back in the game. To Petrosky. To Seguin. Offensive foul on Falls, John Mundorf, as he was pushing off against Dean, it looked like down there. That's Mundorf's first foul. So Inman quickly re-enters the game. Set out for about 30 seconds, and now he's back in the game, replacing Dave Eddy this time. Roach has it for Wadsworth. And he's dribbling around. Finally passes to Kramer. Back to Roach. Dean got himself a little too far into the basket there and was unable to convert. But his rebound and putback were good. And he'll go to the line for one more shot. So Dean off to another strong start here on the road. Looking to make it 3 in a row and the DHNO player of the game. He hits this foul shot. And Newland will bring it up for the Black Tigers there. He passes to Seguin. To Mundorf. To Newland. To Seguin. To Newland. And they're passing it around the perimeter. Not doing much. Petrosky will take it in the lane, but pass it back out to Seguin. To Newland across court. He travels, but they don't call it. Newland has it for a 3 now, and that shot's no good. And Roach will get it down to Williams. Oh! Mike Miller draws the charge on Jake Williams there. Kind of a delayed call by the referee, but it was a call nonetheless.
I didn't see it. It was like a block to me.
It looked that way to me too. But the man in the striped shirt has the final say on those kind of things, and he called it a charge on Williams. So Hitchens back in for Falls has it to Newland to that guy. I'm not even going to try that guy's name. Hitchens has it again. Hitchens again. I will try his name. Kalbflesh, number 32 for Cuyahoga Falls. Newland has it. To Hitchens. To Newland. To the K-Man. Back to Newland. To Hitchens. Inside to Petrosky. Back to Newland. To the K-Man. K-Man shot is no good. Roach runs down the rebound and is fouled by the K-Man.
Foul shot number 32, Jack Falls, his first.
Williams inbounds to Roach. Grizzlies holding a 3-point lead right now at 17-14. So not much scoring here in the second period thus far. Roach, nice pass into Jake Williams. He scores. That was really a nice assist there from Brian Roach, as he saw Williams open on the baseline. Newland to Kalbflesh. To Hitchens. Cuyahoga Falls is passing it, and their pass is blocked this time, and Inman comes up with it, and he gives it to Roach. Into Dean, to Inman. Fadeaway jumper in the paint, no good. Williams with the rebound. Block. Didn't see who got that, but it was blocked by Falls. And Newland has it now to Hitchens. To Petrosky. And Newland's foul line jumper goes down. Roach. Changes sides of the court and passes out to Inman at the top. Over to Roach. To Inman at the foul line. To Kramer on the baseline. His shot hits the bottom of the backboard, is no good, but he got his own rebound and was fouled.
Kramer's really come along here during the season. He's shown himself as one of the Grizzlies' up-and-coming rebounders as a guard, starting at point guard, and he's getting his more than his share of rebounds for the Grizzlies. At one particular game, he out-rebounded the Grizzlies' starting big man.
However, he missed his foul shot there, but he will get another. And it's good. Newland to Kalbflesh. To Newland. To Kalbflesh. To Hitchens. To Petrosky. No. Smith. And Mundorf took a three and missed it. Roach has it now, and he'll slow down as numbers were against them. Williams has it on the baseline. Out to Roach. To Kramer. Kramer tries to get into the Dean, and it's batted out, but Inman recovers it. Roach has it now. To Dean. To Inman. His foul line jumper rolls around and out. And it'll be out of bounds to Falls. Just 11 seconds remain here in the first half. A low-scoring first half. As the score now is 20-16. So definitely not many points being scored here. Mundorf takes it in the paint and throws up a shot and doesn't make it. And that'll end the half. So at the end of the first half, the score remains 20-16. One of the lowest scoring halves we've seen all year. And I guess we'll take a break here for halftime and be back with you in a few minutes with some analysis. Hey, we're back at you following that rousing halftime extravaganza by the DanceWorks dance team. And not a very high scoring first half at all. Only 36 points scored between the teams. It's 20-16 Wadsworth. And of Cuyahoga Falls' 16 points, 10 of them were scored by Steve Newland. And the other 6 were split up between Steve Moore, John Mundorf, and Art Smith, who each scored 2. Leading the way for the Grizzlies again is Chad Dean, so he's off to another strong game. Williams and Inman each have 4. Dave Eddy scored the first 3 points of the game and hasn't scored since. And Brian Roach has 2, and Josh Kramer has put in 1. So balanced scoring for the Grizzlies, not so for Falls.
No, definitely not. They've been looking to Newland all night. Well, actually not quite strictly looking to Newland. It's just that their other players aren't scoring. Plain and simple, they're not making their shots, which is what's got them down by 4 here in the halftime of this game.
Yes, Cuyahoga Falls has failed to make their inside shots, especially, and but they are still in the game largely due to many Grizzly turnovers, and so if Cuyahoga Falls continues their cold shooting here in the second half, Wadsworth might be able to pull away if they handle the ball a little better there.
Yeah, just a few offensive mistakes there for the Grizzlies. Some bad passes or missed, offensive fouls. Just a couple offensive mistakes there made by the Grizzlies in the first half. The only thing that's really kept them out of a huge lead in this game. I mean, they could be up by 10 at this point, as opposed to just 4. The way Falls has been shooting inside. Really, they've gotten nothing from anybody other than Steve Newland. Just 3 other players on their team scored 2 points each. So I don't know. That's not what you want to see if you're a Falls coach.
We were correct in our prediction that Falls would have the Grizzlies would really have their way inside against the smaller Falls team. Although at one point in the first quarter, Falls got about 6 chances on 1 possession with offensive rebounds, but were unable to convert any of their shots off those rebounds. So the rebounding margin might actually be pretty even, but Grizzlies are making more of their opportunities inside than the Black Tigers at this point.
Well, we'll have to see what happens here in the second half. Just a minute 23 left, and we'd like to get to the Grizzly trivia question. As you recall, in our last broadcast, we asked you what Grizzly coach John Martin's previous job was, which was the head coach of the varsity girls team. Tonight is also a Coach Martin trivia question. Of Grizzly coach John Martin's 200 career victories, how many were his kids a part of? Well, I guess it would be 201 now because of the victory on Friday against Copley. So of Grizzly coach John Martin's 201 career victories, how many were his kids a part of? That is played for him. He coached his son or daughter. Now remember, he was the girls varsity coach for quite some time, and then just a few years ago he switched over to the boys varsity coach. So he's had a chance to coach his daughter Steph and his son Eric, both terrific players for the Wadsworth Grizzlies. So you mull over that one, and we'll tell you at the end of the third quarter how many of Grizzly coach John Martin's victories his kids were a part of. All right, we're ready to get back to the action here. Looks like both teams will return their starting lineups. And fortunately for Cuyahoga Falls, Steve Newland is on the court. Here's Roach, being guarded by Seguin. Here's Eddie, looks to Dean, finds Roach. Back to Dean. Spins, the baseline jumper, no good. Rebound by Williams, a foul. So the second foul on Newland, the first on Falls in this half. The inbounds pass right to Jake Williams. He puts it up and in. I don't know what Falls was thinking there. They didn't put anybody on Jake. And here's a steal for the Grizzlies. Here's Roach. Drives in, he scores. So Cuyahoga Falls hasn't had a chance to touch the ball here in the second half yet.
Yeah, I don't know what Coach Martin said at halftime, but the Grizzlies have really come out intense here in the second half, making a couple deflections on inbounds passes and scoring quickly here.
Well, it must have been something to the tune of score, score, score. Here's Newland, blocking foul, Jake Williams. It'll be Cuyahoga Falls basketball. Seguin will inbound from the danger zone there, the Wadsworth student section. This shot by Falls does not fall. And here's Eddie. It's a pass into Dean. Kicks it back out to Eddie for three. No good. And Eddie saves it off of Newland. And it'll stay Grizzly ball. Brilliant play by David Eddy. His tenacity and hustling pays off once again for the Grizzlies. The inbounds pass will go to Dean. Tips off his hands back to Eddie. Now it's inside to Williams. Puts it up and in. Here's Seguin. Gets it back. Puts it up. No good. Rebound Dean. Here's Kramer for three. No good.
Kramer has yet to connect on a field goal tonight. He has put in one from the foul line, but he's 0 for from the floor.
Yeah, it's disappointing to see Kramer not scoring as much as he usually does. He's usually one of the Grizzlies' biggest threats from the outside, and in the last couple of games, he's been in somewhat of a slump as Eddie gets the rebound and gets down to Roach. Roach gets it to Kramer, who passes to Dean. Spins baseline. His shot is no good. Rebound by Williams. His shot does not fall. Here's Seguin to Newland. To Hitchens. Back to Seguin. They get it to Newland. To Hitchens. To Seguin. Here's Mundorf, who doesn't score. And Roach will bring it down for the Grizzlies. He passes to Kramer. Gets it to Eddie. Eddie drives on the left side. Runs into trouble, gets the ball to Dean. And a foul called. And Newland, a little frustrated, kicks the wall in hopes of getting his game back. Newland, a little frustrated that the evil gods of basketball have stolen his scoring here in the second half, although no one has scored for Falls. Here comes Newland. Now we'll see if that kick in the wall helped him. Gets to Seguin, who travels. Newland to the big center. Back to Newland. To Hitchens. Back to Newland. He drives and slips. Passes to Stenger. No good. Rebound Inman. Here comes Schmelzer. Fires it to Dean. Lays it up, and it rolls out. That was a nice pass by Schmelzer, but Dean's shot just rattled around the rim and came back out.
Yeah, he didn't have quite enough finesse there as he was barreling down the court and put it up kind of hard off the glass. Didn't have quite the touch on it that he needed to get it in.
Here comes Grizzly big man Tim McCammon replacing Chad Dean.
Sponsored by the Mascot Chapter, one by Rocco's Pizza, 2 Super Band Awards.
And that shot by Stenger is good. So, surprise, Falls scores. Here's Roach, no good. Rebound Stenger. So, Falls showing a little life here in the third quarter. Finally, halfway in. And here's Hitchens to look to continue their run of 2. Hitchens inside, and the shot by Ryan Petruski is good. Here's Roach. He gets it to Schmelzer. To Kramer. Kramer comes around the screen. He's picked up by Stanger. He gets it inside to Inman. Spins, puts up the shot. No good. Rebound McCammon. It'll be Grizzly ball. That one went off of Falls. Eddie and Williams back in for the Grizzlies. McCammon and Roach sit down. That pass intercepted by Brett Rhines. Eddie was looking to find Kramer on that inbounds pass, but Rhines stepped right in front of it and took it away. Here's Mike Miller to Steve Moore. To Rhines, pulls up and hits. Brett Rhines. Mike Schmelzer.
So far for Cuyahoga Falls, no one except Steve Newland has scored more than one field goal. 6 other players have combined for 12 points, each of them with 2.
There's another missed shot for Eddie. And the 3 for Moore rolls out. So Falls has brought this game to within 4, but they've failed to capitalize on their last attempt. Here's Eddie, inside to Inman. Turns and shoots, no good. Tips it to Williams. Picked up. Inman out of bounds off of number 15, Mike Moore. So a scramble for the ball, and it'll stay with the Grizzlies. Now, if you've noticed a little lack of spirit by Wadsworth here, that's because Grizzly mascot Donnie Lederer is not here tonight. He's taking the night off to go watch Metallica. I don't know why, but he has. Here's Eddie to inbound. To Williams, no shot. We have a foul. The foul is on Ryan Petruski. That's his second, the team 4th. And the Grizzlies will get the ball out of bounds once more. This pass will go to Schmelzer. He works the ball on the wing. Tries to get it inside to Inman, but that one is picked up by a Falls cheerleader as the ball goes out of bounds. Here's Miller, ahead to Stenger. Nice pass to Petruski, who scores.
So what was once a 10-point Grizzly lead has now been cut to 2 on an 8-0 Cuyahoga Falls run. So it took Cuyahoga Falls a little bit of time to get excited here in the 3rd quarter, but they have done so in a big way here in the last couple minutes. 26-24 is currently the score. And not really much to talk about because there's not really much scoring going on. So I'll go back to Jeff.
Thanks.
440-6378. Please report.
I'm back. Since we can't think of anything to say, I'm going to talk about the JV game that we saw earlier tonight as Wadsworth ran away. When we got here, it was like a 10-point Grizzly lead, but just a few minutes later, it had grown to like a 25-point Grizzly lead, led by the heroics of John Vugis. And he scored many points in the 3rd quarter, 3rd and 4th quarter. So congratulations to the JV team as they won.
Oh, I've got something now. Cuyahoga Falls has not attempted a free throw tonight. How about that? So some good play by the Grizzlies. They haven't let Falls get any cheap baskets. Here's Kramer. To Williams, but it's tipped away by Moore. Stripped by Williams. Loose ball. jump ball.
That was a great play by Jake Williams. A lot of people probably won't recognize it, but he got back there and just stripped the ball away before they could attempt a shot. That was really nice hustle and a great strip there by Jake.
However, the jump ball will go to Cuyahoga Falls. The inbounds pass goes to Rhines. Now it's inside to Petruski, who scores.
Ryan Petruski has been a scoring machine here in the last 3 or so minutes as he has scored all 6 of his points during that span.
Schmelzer works it into Dean, crossface, puts it up, off the front of the rim, no good. So Falls has really been hounding the Grizzlies inside, and the refs haven't called a foul in quite some time. Here's Miller to Moore. To Rhines. Moore to Stenger to Miller. So Cuyahoga Falls once again stalling, looking for their last shot with 24 seconds left. Miller to Stenger, drives baseline, kicks it out. Now it's over to Rhines. Pressured by Kramer, he passes to Moore. Here's Mike Miller. The long shot from Petruski, and a foul.
That stall tactic there by Cuyahoga Falls, very reminiscent of the girls' game last Saturday, in which Talmadge held the ball for virtually the entire first quarter against the Grizzlies, the Lady Grizzlies, and did not attempt a shot. The only difference in this case is Cuyahoga Falls took a shot.
Well, the score at the end of one quarter in the girls' game was 8-1 Wadsworth. So you can only imagine if the Grizzlies had touched the ball more, it could have been 20-1 Wadsworth. Petruski's free throw is good, so Falls now shooting 100% at the line. 2 for 2. Here's Roach to Inman for 3 at the buzzer. Nice shot, Zach Inman.
Hopefully that'll get the Grizzlies back fired up again, as they had lost the lead 28-26 there. But Inman's last second three-pointer give them momentum headed into the fourth quarter here. Nice shot by Zach there. Hurt me, Big Zach.
Well, it's the end of the third quarter, and as promised, the Grizzly trivia question answer. How many of Grizzly coach John Martin's 201 victories have his children been a part of? Well, Steph and Eric Martin have been a part of 105 John Martin victories, which is over 50%. Over half his victories have come while his son or daughter were playing on the team. Great job, Martins.
Leading scorers after 3 quarters are Steve Newland continues to lead for Falls, and Jake Williams has 8 for Wadsworth.
Well, Steve Newland continues to lead for Falls. However, he has not scored in the second half.
Yes, the leading scorer in the second half would go to Ryan Petruski, as he scored 8 points in a row there for Falls at one point. Well, still, actually, scored 8 points in a row. There's no one that's scored since then. Kramer's pass for Dean is recovered by Dean after it was tipped. And now Schmelzer has it, back into Dean. And he's turned around, jumper in the lane, rolls around and in. That'll re-up the lead to 3 for Wadsworth. Fine. That will get the Grizzlies lead back up to 3 points. You happy now? Jerry Stenger takes it in. And despite being nipped by Chad Dean, he scores and will go to the line. That foul on Dean was not a very obvious one, but it was a foul nonetheless, and Stenger will be at the line for 1 shot.
Baby.
So Falls looking to continue their 100% from the line, and they do. 3 for 3 now. That'll retie the score. Foul on number 25, Scott Seguin. Neither team in the bonus as of yet. That's just the 5th foul on Cuyahoga Falls. Wadsworth has only 4. So really a pretty clean game thus far. Eddie looks to inbound, and he gets it to Kramer. Kramer drives in all the way around the defense, but is unable to hit a shot. Stenger comes away with it. Clear lane to the basket for Seguin, but he doesn't take advantage as his layup rolls off the rim. That's got to be a disappointment for the big Tiger. Inman has it. Pump fake, dribbles, pulls up, and scores. So, Mike Miller airmails a pass, and it heads straight to the Cuyahoga Falls bench down there. That'll be a turnover to Wadsworth. Roach has it now to Dean, who lost it out of bounds, I guess. Looks like it was off Falls, but the refs awarded it 2 falls.
I don't know, maybe it's a new rule. If Falls touches it and it goes out of bounds, it's Falls ball.
Well, we are in their arena, so maybe they get those kind of calls. Newland has it. In the first quarter, he looked like he could be an All-American, but since then has really cooled off and has looked more like a bench warmer. Now it's Seguin in the lane. Out to Newland. To Mundorf, who hands off to Newland. Newland will drive and then stop driving and pull out. And Miller has it up top for Falls as they look to do something. Newland to somebody to Seguin. Miller has it now on the wing. Out to Newland, whose 3-point attempt goes down. So Steve Newland ends his 3-point drought. Hasn't hit one since the first quarter, but got that one. And Falls will regain the lead with that basket. Dean's shot is around and out. Inman, strong rebound there in around about 3 Cuyahoga Falls players, but Inman was able to come down with it and put it back up and in. Nice play by Zach Inman there. So Miller has it for Falls. That may have been the longest 10 seconds I've ever seen. And Newland for 3, he's feeling it. Oh, it goes down. So Steve Newland has come back to life here in the 4th quarter. And the electricity is flowing through the Cuyahoga Falls crowd with Newland's newfound 3-point range. About 4.5 minutes left here in the 4th quarter, and Falls has a 2-point lead. So right after halftime, looked like Grizzlies might pull away a little bit as they got out to a 10-point lead. But since then, Falls has really come back strong.
Well, if Newland's scoring pattern holds consistent, watch out for a couple 2-point field goals here in the closing minutes of the 4th quarter. He's gone 3-3, 2-2, 3-3, so he's just about due for a pair of 2-pointers.
Right now, I'd like to give a shout out to all the girls basketball programs in Wadsworth right now, as every team from 7th grade through JV was undefeated this year, and Varsity lost just 1. So a hearty congratulations to the girls basketball program here this year. The girls varsity tournament will start this Thursday night, February 20th, at Ellett against Firestone. So good luck, ladies. We hope you have continued success in the tournament. Eddie inbounds to Kramer, who is has the ball slapped away. And Newland will bring it up for Falls. And he drives in, and then he doesn't. Again. Smith has it at the foul line. Out to Seguin. To Miller. To Seguin. Drives in. He pulls up and shoots and misses. Rebound, Jake Williams. Jake's really having a strong night on the boards tonight, Jeff.
Yes, definitely. Most of the Grizzlies are. Inman and Dean also having good nights on the boards, but I think Jake, if any of them, is doing the best.
Yes, Jake's playing really a solid all-around game, as are all the Grizzlies, actually. Eddie has it now. Over to Kramer in the corner. His three-pointer is in and out. Looked like he had it, but it rolled out at the last second. So the Grizzlies are going to have to start making some shots here down the stretch as we get down into crunch time here. They're still trailing by 2. I can't recall ever seeing a boys high school varsity game this low scoring at this point in the game. The score is 37-35, and usually that's the halftime score.
Hey, did somebody let the Cleveland Cavs in here?
Yes, apparently these two teams have been watching the Cavs play for a little bit too long and have started to play it themselves. The Cavs, as you know, average about 50 points a game. Really, it's closer to about 89, I guess, but still, it's not very much. So, Mike Miller finally breaks into the scoring column after playing significant minutes tonight, finally scores. Kramer remains scoreless from the floor, but he got his own rebound out to Inman, who got it to Roach. Inside to Kramer, and he will not score this one either. So, Kramer is just really having a tough night shooting. Can't seem to buy one from anywhere on the court. I mean, he keeps getting lots of offensive rebounds and shooting open shots, but none of them just seem to go down tonight.
Well, fortunately for the Grizzlies, he hasn't become scared of his lack of shooting. He's still out there trying to hit those shots, and that's what the Grizzlies need. If if anything, they don't want is their players to start missing some shots and then become afraid to shoot.
Yeah, Kramer really has a shooter's mentality. I mean, if it's when you're on, shoot, and if you're off, shoot till you're on. So hopefully that on comes on sometime here in the fourth quarter down the stretch here. But as you mentioned, the Grizzlies really can't. It's actually, I guess, pretty good. They can't afford to get tentative here. And I'm sure Coach Martin is telling them that right now during this timeout. They're getting many good looks. They just can't knock any of them down right now. Although Cuyahoga Falls has not been an offensive powerhouse tonight either, and hold just a 4-point lead at this point. Newland double teamed, got out to Miller. To Seguin, who is also double teamed. Puzzling call there by the referee. They've called several of those little touch fouls out on the perimeter and have neglected to call some more powerful fouls down in the inside. I guess that's a travel as he falls down, and you can't do that without dribbling.
So finally, Falls' lack of footing comes back to haunt them.
Yes, several of their players have stumbled tonight, and that was the first time it really cost them. That's a turnover. They'll give the ball to Wadsworth.
I suggest Falls by a slip knot.
Roach has it. Nice pass into Williams. Pump fake, and he scores. That'll give Jake 10 points, and that'll cut the lead to 2. That's over and back last time I checked, but they did not call it. How could they possibly miss that? That was so obvious. So the inside shot from Seguin doesn't go, and Inman got the rebound after. I think Inman was sort of responsible for that miss there, as he really intimidated Seguin into missing that. Jake Williams comes back and misses, but Inman is there for another rebound, and he ties up the game at 39. Dave Eddy with a steal. So Dave showing some of his typical tenacious defense and getting another steal. He's got to be one of the team leaders in steals this year, I would think.
If not the team leader in steals.
Jake Williams comes down and scores. So the Wadsworth front court has really come alive here in the last minute and a half. And Jake will be at the line trying to increase the now 2-point lead to 3. So, what, a 6-point run now for Wadsworth to answer Falls' little run.
And with that basket, the Grizzlies break the 40-point barrier.
Seems so impossible just moments ago, but they have gone over that elusive 40 plateau. Williams misses his foul shot, but Dean gets the rebound. The rebound was kept alive by Eddy, who tipped it to Dean. And now Eddy has it on the wing to Inman. His shot is short, and Dean is beat up in his attempt for the rebound down there. And he had it but lost it, and Falls now has it. Foul on Dave Eddy. Dave was trying to body up Newland down there and got called for the foul. That'll put Falls at the line for 1-1, as that was the 7th team foul on Wadsworth. So they're in the bonus situation. Both teams are in the bonus situation. This will be Newland's first foul shot attempt of the night. And so we have to see if his marksmanship continues from everywhere. But it doesn't. Williams with yet another rebound, and the Grizzlies are probably going to end up winning this game inside with either scoring or rebounding or both. Grizzlies will take time here with 52 seconds to go. They hold a 41-39 lead at the moment. They're looking to make it more as they have possession of the ball right now.
Well, just under a minute remaining. The Grizzlies up by 2 and with possession of the ball. We'll see if they can hold on for the win. Now, like we said at the beginning, this is our last broadcast. It's been a pleasure bringing you people, all the folks out there, all these away games for the Grizzlies. We hope you enjoyed all of our excellent commentary over the course of the season.
At times it was not excellent, but we tried to do our best. We were able to bring you 9 out of the 10 away games for the Grizzlies this year. The only one we missed was probably the best game that they had all year on the road, which was at Stowe, in which they came back from a 23-point deficit and ended up winning by 1. So one of the best games of the year was the one we weren't able to get to you. But all the rest of them are there somewhere, including this one. And
we'd like to take this time once again to remind you that Dave Eddy was the hero of Stowe.
Indeed he was, as he hit the game-winning shot. A little 4-footer in the lane. Foul called on Cuyahoga Falls, number 25, Scott Seguin. That'll put Inman at the line for a crucial 1-on-1 situation here. Inman, a very efficient foul shooter. Probably one of the best ones on the team. I don't know the foul shooting statistics, but Inman's got to be near the top of the list. Inman unfazed by the taunts of the Cuyahoga Falls front row students. And he extends to a 3-point lead. This shot could make it a 2-possession game, and it does. At 4-point lead for Wadsworth. Backcourt pressure by Dave Eddy, making Falls use a little clock, bringing it up court there. Smart move. We're down to 25 seconds left, and Wadsworth holds a 4-point lead. So they're looking in pretty good shape here. But as we've seen earlier in the year, anything can happen. So I don't really want to say anything just yet.
Yes, and we thank you for watching our games earlier in the year. And if you've noticed any sexual connotations, well, then you're a sick person, and we don't want you as a viewer anymore. seriously, we've had a lot of fun doing this, and we hope you've enjoyed watching our games. The Grizzlies will start tournament play next Wednesday in the Copley Gymnasium against Stowe. As Josh and I told you at the beginning of the game, we'd like to thank Josh for all of his expert analysis throughout the season. It's been a lot of fun working with him. Norton, for example, where he stole the third quarter. But anyway, here, back to Falls.
Seguin looks to inbounds for Falls, and he does so to Mundorf. To Stenger inside, his shot is good, over Dean. So Stenger, showing no fear against the taller Dean, shoots right over him and puts it in. And that'll make it a 2-point game, so Cuyahoga Falls is able to score quickly here and really give himself a chance to come back. I imagine they'll probably come out and foul Grizzlies right away and stop the clock.
Yeah, you've got to be thinking in a situation like this, 20 seconds left, Grizzlies are up 2. They're going to want to inbound the ball and keep it away from Falls to run down the clock. But what Falls is going to want to do is foul the Grizzlies to stop the clock and to put the Grizzlies at the line so they have a chance to come back.
Yes, the Grizzlies are going to want to keep it in the hands of the better foul shooters out on the court, which I would assume be Zach Inman, Josh Kramer, who has proven in the last couple games he is automatic in crunch time from the foul line, including a 8-for-8 performance in Green a couple weeks ago. Eddie will inbound. Finds somebody from Cuyahoga Falls, Newland, who saved it, but right to Roach. So lucky break there for Wadsworth, really, as Eddie couldn't find anybody to pass it to, but I think Newland may have been better off just to let that ball go out of bounds and reset the defense there. But you admire his hustle. Gotta admire his hustle there. Really instinctive in that situation to go after the ball. You can't teach a player to not hustle. Or if you do, you're a fool. So Brian Roach, also a pretty good foul shooter at the line. Roach's shot is good. Amid the screams of the Cuyahoga Falls faithful, Roach buries his foul shot. And he looks to do the same with his second. Short. Stenger with the rebound, so Falls with a three-pointer can tie it here. That miss may come back to haunt the Grizzlies. Steal by Zach Inman. To Eddie, to Roach. He's fouled by Hitchens. So Roach, with a chance to make amends for his miss before, will be at the line with 2 seconds left. Even if he doesn't make these, it's going to be tough for Falls to get off a shot in just 2 seconds. But Roach really only needs to make 1 of 2 to put this game on ice. Well, no foul called. Apparently that was a clean block by Hitchens, and Grizzlies just need to inbound the ball and run out the clock. Just 2 seconds remain, and that'll end it. So Wadsworth goes 2-1 against the Western Reserve Conference this year, defeating Stowe and now Cuyahoga Falls. They lost to Barberton in a tough game, but so 2-1 against the 3 best teams in this conference is nothing to be ashamed of. Grizzlies have 1 game left. That'll be this Friday. 1 regular season game left. That'll be this Friday at home versus Talmadge. So I encourage you all to come out and watch the final home game of the year for seniors Zach Inman, Chad Dean, Mike Mosier, Dave Eddy, Bob Lyron. There's one more I'm forgetting, and I've apologized to whoever it is. I said him. Schmelzer, Mike Schmelzer. I apologize. So that'll be the final home game for our seniors. So come out and give them a good send-off. Grizzlies improved to 16-3 on the season. They remain 12-1 in the Suburban League, as this was not a league game. But as we mentioned earlier, they have clinched the Suburban League title for the 9th time in 12 years, as Jeff mentioned. Fun fact there. Here's Jeff with the final scoring totals.
Well, here's the scoring breakdown, and despite scoring only 6 points on 2 field goals in the entire second half, Steve Newland leads the game in scoring with 16 points for Cuyahoga Falls. Also for Falls were Brian Petruski with 8, Jerry Stenger with 7, Artie Smith, Mike Miller, John Van Lingo Mundorf, Steve Moore, and Brent Ryans all had 2. Now for the Grizzlies, Zach Inman led the way with 15, followed by Jake Williams with 12 and Chad Dean with 8. So the Grizzly big men doing a brilliant job tonight. Also for the Grizzlies, Brian Roach with 5, David Eddy with 3, and Josh Kramer scored just 1. So a disappointing night for Kramer, but the Grizzlies come away with the victory. Thanks to some strong play by Zach Inman and Jake Williams. And I don't know what you think, Chris, but in my opinion, tonight's DHNL player of the game has got to be Jake Williams. He second on the team scoring 12 big points, several huge rebounds, and just great all-around play for Jake tonight. Really led the Grizzlies to victory.
Yes, I would like to apologize to Zach Inman, as he has become the first leading scorer not to receive the DHNL Player of the Game award. But I really can't argue with Jake. He played a solid game tonight. Anything else?
Well, that's just about wraps it up here for our final broadcast of the year. Well, this has been Jeff Osterland and my tag team partner,
Chris Powers. This time I'd like to thank cameraman Brian Sargent, folks at WCTV, John and Joanne, everybody down there. Oh, yes, Andy Svensson, our cameraman in Revere, did a fine job. Expert analysts, Jayesh Patel, Bob Marr, Josh Knight, Ryan Poling, anybody else who chipped in a comment or two, thank you. I'd like to thank Jeff for making this entertaining for me, and
well, I'd like to thank Chris for making this entertaining for me. And, of course, the Grizzlies for being there for us. Grizzly coach John Martin gave us some fine interviews, and as well as Zach Inman gave us a fine interview after the Highland game where he was named DHNL Player of the Game.
Yes, so I guess we touched on everybody. Well, maybe not.
DHNL, we'd like to thank DHNL for letting us use their name in association with the DHNL Player of the Game Award.
Yes, I guess that's pretty important. Well, I guess finally we hit on everything. And so, in the final road game of the season, the Grizzlies pulled out a low-scoring victory. Don't remember what the score was now, but in any event, it was 44-41. Wadsworth won. So, goodbye.